All know that we are in lockdown period. But children, this is not the time to waste. Rather, we should utilize this time by some reading, learning or writing. Hello everyone. Once again, I am back with our virtual English literature class. Hope you are all fit and fine, and I'm sure that you are revising all your lessons also. Isn't it, children? In our previous class, we have read an extract from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, where the story was about Alice and the White Rabbit. Here, we will read another extract taken from the Chronicles of Narnia series. The name of the series is The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Today we are going to read a story which is taken from this series. The name of the story is Lucy Looks into a Wardrobe. Now, Lucy is the first character of the story and she is the main character. Let me write the names of the characters. Okay. The first character is Lucy. So, Lucy is the name of a small girl, maybe of your age or smaller than you even. And the word wardrobe means a cupboard. The name of the author is Clive Staples Lewis here, who was born in Ireland. He began writing stories when he was only 5 years old. Can you imagine? Lewis was famous for this series, which he wrote for the young readers like you. Now let us come to the story. In this story, there is a wardrobe that has a door leading to a magical place. The wardrobe means a cupboard. Okay. Imagine, children, magical place. Now this door is actually leading to Narnia, which is the magical place. So Lucy discovers a strange looking wardrobe in a house with many rooms. This was the house where Lucy's mother sent her with her other 3 children during the Second World War, when children were sent to a different and safe place. It was a sort of house that was full of unexpected places. It was quite empty except for the big wardrobe, the sort that has a mirror in the door. Lucy felt almost sure that the wardrobe would be locked, but to her surprise, it opened quite easily and 2 mothballs dropped out. Now, children, mothballs is nothing else but naphthalene balls. You know those small white balls which are kept in the cupboard or almirah to keep the clothes fresh and free from damage. And that small white colored ball has a strong smell. Anyway, as Lucy looked inside, she saw several coats hanging up, which were mostly long fur coats. There were nothing that Lucy liked so much as the smell and feel of fur. She immediately went inside the wardrobe and got in among the coats and rubbed her face with them, leaving the door open, of course, because she knew that it was very foolish to shut oneself into any wardrobe. Soon she went further inside and found that it was quite dark, and she kept her arms stretched out in front of her so as not to bump her face and fall. She took some steps further in, expecting to feel the wooden end against the tip of her fingers. But she could not feel it. This must be a very big wardrobe, thought Lucy, going still further in and pushing the soft folds of the coats. Then she noticed that there was something crunchy under her feet. She thought them to be the mothballs and bent down to feel it with her hand. But instead of feeling the hard, smooth wooden floor of the wardrobe, she felt something soft, powdery, and very cold. This is very strange, she said, and went some steps further, and in the next moment she found that what was rubbing against her face and hands was no longer soft fur, but something hard, rough, and prickly, or you can say thorny. It is just like the branches of trees, Lucy exclaimed. And then she saw that there was a light ahead of her. Something cold and soft was falling on her. A moment later, she found that she was standing in the middle of a wood or forest, you can say, at night time with snow under her feet. Lucy felt very curious, means eager to know, and at the same time she was excited. She looked back over her shoulder, and there, between the dark tree trunks, she could still use the open door of the wardrobe. Now, Lucy said to herself that I can always get back if anything goes wrong, and she began to walk forward towards the other light and found that it was a lamppost. She stood there looking and thinking why there was a lamppost in the middle of a wood, and thinking what to do next. She heard some footsteps coming towards her, and soon after that a very strange person came out from among the trees. Now this strange person is another character of the story. There are only two characters here in the story, that is Lucy and the strange person. Clear? So he was only a little taller than Lucy, this strange person, and carried over his head an umbrella which was white with snow. From the waist upwards, he was like a man, but his legs were shaped like a goat. Just like the hair on them was glossy black, and instead of human feet, he had goat's hoofs. Hoofs means, the horny part of the foot of animals like horse, goat, etc. So this strange person also had a tail, but Lucy did not notice this at the first, because his arms that he was holding, because it was neatly caught up over his arm, okay, that was holding the umbrella. He had a red woolen muffler around his neck, and his skin was also reddish. Although his face was strange, but it was a pleasant little face with a short, pointed beard and curly hair, and out of the hair was there two horns worn on each of his forehead. He carried some parcels covered with brown paper. With the parcels and the snow, he looked just like as if he had been doing his Christmas shopping. He was a faun. Now, in ancient Greek stories, there would be a god of the forest with a man's face and body and a goat's legs and horns. They were known as a fawn. So when this person saw Lucy, he was so much surprised that he dropped all his parcels. Now, children, you must be feeling that this is an incomplete story. But in your book, you will find the story only till this much. So if you get the chance of watching movie, then you must surely go for this one. I promise that you will definitely enjoy it. There is a lot of series, but only 3 series are featured in the films. And so, if you want to know more about the story, then you can either read the storybook or can watch the films and let me know which part you have liked the most. And children, did you enjoy the story? I guess that you have understood the chapter. If not, you can go through the video once again or you can solve your queries in a regular classroom. And don't forget about your worksheets, which you will be getting on coming Saturday with the answers also. But students, do it on your own first and then check for the answers. So I'm ending here for today. And did you remember what I've said at the beginning of the class? Yes, do some reading, writing or learning and of course playing. But avoid video games and for outdoor games. A big no. Only for this lockdown period. Thanks for taking patience and watching till the end. Very soon we will be meeting in our next online class, that is on the next week, where I will be back with another topic. So till then, stay home, stay safe and stay connected with us. Bye bye. See you again in the same class and same place.